191 people have played on this realm at one point. Heck yeah. And what's up, Bendick? How you doing, homie? Hello, I'm first. Hell yeah, you're first. We got 2 people, or 2 likes on here. Heck yeah, thank you for the likes, you guys. That's what's up. But yeah, you first, homie. At least commenting-wise. I don't know if you were first to like, but you could have been that too. Alright, I'm going to screen save real quick, just to make sure I'm not exposing my cords if the pack isn't working. Guys, last night I fell asleep while in the middle of streaming. I was duping stuff, and I don't even know what happened. I fell fucking asleep. And I woke up and I realized it, and I'm like, oh, it's all good. I'll just continue doing this in a little bit, you know. So I went back to sleep, turned on screensaver mode and shit, and was like, yeah, it's all decent, right? Nope. I ended up being murdered by a Enderman. So yeah, it was no good. But give me a totem of undying and golden apple, please. A lock of chest. I don't know what that means 100%, homie, but I could attempt. See all these shulkers here? I'm making loot right now so I can fill them up, and then I can give them to people. Well, that's what I was doing. Then I died, and I lost all my stuff. So I need to re-gear real quick. That was a fast leave. Yo, 5 people. Oh, damn, 5 of you already? That's what's up. Welcome, guys. I'm going to really quick shut this off, just so when I'm in my chat, I don't accidentally click the button when I'm attempting to open up. What do you call it? You know, when I'm attempting to open up chat. Yo, 7 people, you guys, hell yeah. Hopefully we can kick this off and, yeah, start making a whole bunch of dupe shit and keep this entertaining-ish for you guys. This part's kind of going to be a little boring, I'm not going to lie. But I'm trying to make some, or not bundles, but some shulkers that, I'm going to be filling. I have the shulkers made, but I'm going to be filling these shulkers with loot. And I'm going to be bringing them to, not all of them, but I'm going to be bringing them to spawn periodically over time. And, yeah, we're going to be able to help new spawns get some loot and get set up in the realm. So, heck yeah. Hey, days played 3331. Tomorrow we'll be on day 3333. AKA days played 3332, but yeah. You missed up? Missed up what? Oh, thank God almighty. My bow is still here. This is something yeah. This bow, help, I'm 2 NT. You're second? Wither killer. Maybe I shouldn't use it. You know, I want the font right now. Right? Why is it not? Hello? Is there a reason I can't click on it? Oh, I'm a fucking retard. I need 4. Oh my gosh. Don't look at that. Don't look. Junior, calm down, buddy. Uh-oh. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. What is this lag right now? It was acting like it's throwing bottles. Look, 8. Oh, it's filling up? How does it... What's happening here? I don't know what's wrong. Give me 100 XP. Answer me. Who? Answer what? And what if I don't wanna? But give me your client on Minecraft. You didn't say please. Let's go to the My Cave. To the My Cave. I don't know what you mean, but y'all are gonna need to wait. I'm trying to get loot for you guys, so you're gonna need to wait a little bit for me to actually produce the said loot and bring it to you. But with that being said, oh, bro, I was joking with you, but why is it? What's it doing? Okay. But with that being said, yeah, give me a second, and I'll show you it. I just need to figure out why this isn't working. It's full. Did somebody unhook it in the back? Really? Hold up. Why is this no working? You know what? Fuck it. I don't need a machine anyway. I want a machine, but I don't need one. There. Fuck me. 668. Damn, that was pretty close. Wither Killer. Alright, and you're the Wither Killer. Ooh, what the hell? And you're the Wither Killer because I've used this thing to kill like 100 withers with it. Ew, it's a punch, but fuck it, I'll steal the punch bow. Yeah, give me 1 second, homie. I'll get you that shit. Alright, so I use, first of all, do you play on PC or do you play on mobile or console or Switch, or like what do you play on? Because the thing that I'm using only works on PC or on mobile. But basically, I downloaded a pack, or not a pack, an app that's called MCPEDL, or like Minecraft Pocket Edition download. You download that app, and I mean, obviously you could probably get it from other places as well, but that's the one that I recommend, I trust, if you will. I haven't had no issues with them, so I mean, if you do have an issue with them, it's not my fault, but those are that's the one thing that I've known to be good, so that's the only thing I'll recommend right now. But yeah, I use that app, and settings, and here it is. So obviously I have the hidden coordinates. I think that this one was named fuck, what was it? Realm something. Yeah, basically it was supposed to unhide the seed of the realm, or yeah, realm seed unhider or something like that. And it gives you a whole bunch of packs. Obviously you probably don't want to use this one because you're not streaming. If you are streaming, then it might be helpful. If you're not, well, you probably don't want to use this one because of all the other packs it gives you. You probably would be better off just downloading an actual coordinate hider and using that instead of getting this pack and having like 50 packs given to you. But with that being said, we also have Survival Spectate. It doesn't work. It's supposed to be a for a spectator thing. It works in worlds. It does not work on realms. So, yeah, if you want, you could. I was trying to find, like, a free cam thing, and I found the Survival Spectator, and I'm like, oh, I'll bet. If we can go in survival mode while being, you know, achievements enabled or whatever, that would be game-breaking. It's even better than free cam, but sadly it does not work in realms. It does work in actual worlds, though. So, yeah, if you're on your actual world, you can do it, but if you're on somebody else's world, I don't know if it works. Yes, but stop. Utility HUD, that one right there is the one that shows you the outline of their hitbox. It shows their armor that they have. It shows what's in their offhand. It shows their health. That one I recommend getting. The only thing that sucks about that is it deletes all skins. So you see it yourself and everybody else as Steve. You'll still have the skin and they'll still have their skins, but you'll just see everyone as Steve. So some people don't like it. That's the one I would recommend using, though. Because of how awesome it is. If you don't like that it removes your skin or whatever, I guess you could always just get a health pack, HP shower or whatever, and armor shower, and then use tracers maybe, because tracers will show you people about 30 blocks away. This one shows you people about 60 blocks away. So if you're going to be running around not really looking at your surroundings, I recommend tracers. If you're kind of more professional at the game and you're going to be checking your surroundings more, I recommend this one because you can see twice as far away, where for tracers it basically shows you people that are coming up on you or that are close to you. This one right here, DC UI pack, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this one right here I recommend everybody uses, like, no matter what. Maybe it's whatever, but it seems to work amazing for me, and it shows you your coordinates. It basically gives you Java mode screen. It shows you chunk borders, and it shows you slime chunks and all that shit. And this one is ESP texture pack. You can get the ESP chest pack, which allows you to either see chests or bed and chests, or you can get this one, which is ESP texture pack. It lets you see every entity, basically, players, shulkers, chest, item frames, end crystals. I recommend this one personally. Bendick, hold on, homie. I will definitely. Hold the fuck on. I can't just jump and help, homie. I'm setting up shit, but you gotta wait. But I'll definitely try to help you soon. You just gotta wait. Be patient, homie. I mean, what's worse is gonna happen if you already lost everything? You're gonna die. It's like, oh well, yeah, you know what I mean. But yes, I know it's not the funnest in the world, but I'll definitely try to help you in a second, homie. ESP texture pack. I recommend using it because it shows you more. The only problem is it does break the utility HUD pack right here slightly. This one also shows you what's in your offhand, and it shows you how fast you're going, like milliseconds or kilometers a millisecond or whatever. Kilometers a fucking second. I forget now. But when you enable this right here, the ESP texture pack, it breaks those two things, which, I mean, it's not that important. You can look at what you're holding in your offhand, and you don't really need to see how fast you're going, you know what I mean? Like, it's not in the vanilla part of the game, and if you're using an Elytra, you can't see how fast you're going anyway. It's only like if you're dropping or running or something like that. So, Villager Trade Unlocker, I recommend everybody uses this one as well, because basically what it does is it allows you to see all the trades from all the villagers and buy them instead of having to buy the first trade only. 7-leaf totem, that one's a personal thingy that I did not get off of, you cannot find this one on MCPEDL. You'll have to basically create it yourself or something like that. Then we have the classic texture pack, which brings back the old looks of blocks and ores and stuff like that, so the nether looks old school. And then we have low fire RP. This one is to basically make it so the fire on your screen is really small instead of like taking up 95% of your screen. And it also makes it so the fire that you're walking through is also, really small instead of taking up 95% of your screen. This one is no lava and water fog. So when you go in the water is clear. Likewise with lava, when you go into lava, you can see right through it. So it's very helpful for that. And then last but not least, we have quick container. I don't know if this would be the best for everybody, but basically what Quick Container does is it allows you to make 64 stacks of something instantly or whatever, instead of having to sit there and hold the button on Pocket Edition. Back in the day you used to be able to double tap and make 64 items. Well, basically this pack right here, the Quick Container, it allows you to basically make 64 items at once again. Now, using this Quick Container here breaks this pack a little, but it only breaks it when it comes to opening chests. So basically, if you open a chest, you have some features like instant takeout. You take out everything out of the chest at once, or you can empty your inventory into the chest at once or something like that. Basically, when you have this quick container enabled, it breaks that for chest for this thing, so you'll have to just put them in chests normally. Like, you gotta actually click on them like you normally would on a phone or on a tablet. But everything else, it works fine. That's the only thing that this breaks on that. So, basically, it's slightly broken. Like, for instance, if I click on a chest right now, and then I click... Oh my gosh. Okay, well, this side still works over here, I guess. Fuck, okay. I guess it's not completely broken. Netherite helmet, elytra, chest plate, leggings. Alright, that looks good. I think. I don't recall what I had in my inventory. Buddy, hold up. Fuck it, that looks decent-ish. I mean, I guess I didn't have any of this in my inventory. Yeah, fuck it, I'll get it in a little bit. Okay, to re-show you what I meant, if I click on this button here, this is supposed to let me pull everything out with just one click of a button. So now if I click it once, it's supposed to put it in my inventory, but it's not doing that. If I click on this one, it's supposed to drop it on the ground. And it's not doing that. If I click on this one, it's supposed to pick up one singular item, but it's not doing that. So this part's broken, but this part is not, apparently. Give me a second, I gotta get some Sonic on for my little brother. Alright, I'll try to read the messages and see what you're saying. I poisoned, help me. Well, I can help you a little bit, homie. What client are you using? You messed up. What I messed up? Stop insulting me. Who insulted you? Help, I'm second. Give me 100 XP. Answer me! Let's go to my cave. Give me your client on Minecraft. What's your client on Minecraft, please? Give me a totem of undying. Give me a totem of undying. Give me a totem of undying. Give me a totem. Help me, you messed up. Give me, please. Bro, as I said, I was going to be giving you a fucking totem. Hold up. I'm not going to drop everything I'm doing just to run over there with one totem and then come running back 250,000 blocks away, homie. You have to wait. But I will definitely try to get over there for ya. Hey, and by the way, happy day 3,333, guys. AKA days played 3,332, but yeah. Little boy should be happy. Yeah, see all these chests full of armor and stuff? This is what I'm doing for you guys, not for me. This is for you guys. So, yes, please be patient and you'll get your loot. This right here is what everybody should be getting. Yeah, let me just do this real quick and put these away. Come on, you slow fucking thing. Now I'm being the slow one, but oh well.
We checked Lynn's work.
Exposing the grift, debunking Asmongold on IQ in less than 10 minutes. Well, thank God. I didn't want to watch it for that long, so it should be easy. Here we go.
In one of the most ironic social media posts of all time, Asmongold makes the claim, in response to Mehdi Hassan, that the average IQ in Somalia is 68, and that
I was rounding up, actually. It's like somewhere around 67.67, but yeah.
This claim isn't racist, but a fact. What makes this post ironic is the very last bit where Zach claims Hassan's tweet is an attempt to push a narrative.
It absolutely is trying to push a narrative. It's trying to push the false narrative that every culture and every group of people has an identical IQ. This is not true. Everybody knows this isn't true. You take 3 seconds and you look at the world and you know it isn't true.
The loot just disappears.
Asmongold's attempt to push a narrative, but the claim itself that African people have low IQs is also an attempt to push a narrative.
Yeah.
That number typically traces back to the world.
There's also a lot of other components to why people have low IQ. It's not necessarily race. I'm sure that race is a component, but I would say it's probably like a 4th or 5th level component. So the big reason is you've got the big 3, right? 2 of them are like kind of harder to say, and the last one is like a little bit hard. It's a little bit more obvious. Inbreeding is number 1. Do you think that inbreeding is going to lower people's IQ or not? Do you think that a society full of people that are inbreeding are going to have low IQs? Is it going to fuck up people's brains? Absolutely it is. You also have the amount of nutrition. You have food. So if you take people that are inbred, that have no food, you are going to have people that have extremely low IQs. This is just obvious. And the problem is that some people want to pretend like this isn't the case, but it's very evident that it is, because your brain isn't getting the nutrients that it needs. Now, I think that, again, if you really even assign all of that and you remove all of that, very clearly there probably are some degree of racial differences, but the main factors are inbreeding and nutrition. That's a massive fucking factor. And also, if you look at the way that people from Somalia have integrated into British culture, how they've integrated into American culture, how they've come from, let's say, Japan, you will see one common variable every single time. It's that these people are total drains on the society. They are massively problematic. They're scamming. They steal things. They do not integrate. And at the end of the day, they are a negative for the societies that they come to. So why would you bring in all of these people that have such a high rate of there being a negative outcome? Why would you ever do that? It's stupid. It has, like, if you just take a step back, are you keeping your country safe? Are you keeping your people safe when you allow immigration from a country that has a massive inbreeding? Do you want to know what the percentage of women who are victims of female genital mutilation are in Somalia? 99%. I'm not kidding. If you look up the World Health Organization, and they have a study on this, 99% of women in Somalia are victims of female genital mutilation. I don't want to import that culture into my country. I don't want to take the risk that I'm importing that culture into my country. I don't want them here. At all.
The Richard Lynn.
It's disgusting.
This guy, a literal, self-described scientific racist.
What does that have to do with whether it's right or not? You're calling somebody a word. What does that have to do with this?
This man was part of a secret eugenics conference where, and I'm not joking, there were people favorably arguing in favor of pedophilia.
So that's obviously bad, but you know what's even worse is probably the fact that pedophilia is normalized over in Somalia. If you're going to act like that's bad, why don't you look at what they're doing? Look at whenever they're getting married.
Yeah, this is the guy Asmongold is quoting. Lynn published a paper in 1982 called IQ in Africa in the pseudoscientific journal The Mankind Quarterly, a white supremacist outlet that is currently...
See, he's trying to poison the well by saying that things are pseudoscientific, saying they're white supremacist, etc. You're not actually attacking the argument. You're not actually attacking anything that's being said. You're assigning negative variables and negative attributes to it, and then hoping that people, because of those negative variables and attributes that you're assigning to it, will assume that it's wrong because they're not supposed to agree with things that have these attributes.
Yep.
That's what you're doing. It's dishonest.
We maintain by the hilariously named Human Diversity Diversity Foundation.
Because there's diversity between humans. That's correct.
Who would have thought?
White nationalist company.
Again, like none of this has anything to do with whether this is a good or an accurate thing at all. This is more again, and again, I want to
What's
take a
up?
step back. It's environmental,
Chilling,
it's
killing,
educational.
trying to make
There's
some
also the factor of inbreeding, which is massive.
some
All of
chests
these
right
things
now
have
full of
nothing to do
loot.
with race, and they're still all factors for IQ. So what's happening is that.
Hold up a second, guys.
All of these things have nothing to do with race, and they're still.
What's
all
up? You
factors for
joined?
IQ.
Heck
So
yeah.
what's happening is that you just have a person who's throwing a bunch of buzzwords at it to hopefully get people to disagree with what's being said. You're trying to shut down conversation, and you have to keep in mind, let's go back and talk about that eugenics conference that was banned. The reason why these things are banned is because research into this topic isn't allowed. You have to keep in mind that the father that discovered DNA, was effectively had his entire career destroyed.
Yep.
Because he said that there's a chance that there could be a racial basis
Yep.
for where IQ is coming from. And so the reason why there isn't a lot of research or information in this is because there is a wrong answer. And it's basically politicized science that has been effectively co-opted by activists that will not let people have a conversation about this topic at all. That's the reason what's going on.
In this
It's
journal,
obvious.
Flynn argued that the IQ of sub-Saharan
The
Africa
guy's a critical drinker, generational hater. What is this? Pull this up. See this?
Drinker is a grifter. He's trying to tell the audience what he thinks they want to hear. Hilariously, it works on you, proving that the audience of grifters are very, very low IQ. Others can argue differently. There is no winner here. Besides, you're a low IQ alt-right incel that has a personal vendetta against anything you perceive to be left-wing. You are not a reliable source. The guy is a low IQ moron that is seeking
Could you
attention.
not reverse that back on you?
Hate videos.
You're a left-winged incel who supports transgender and terrorism, so everything you have to say couldn't be validated in any way, shape, and or form. Your opinion's meaningless. Couldn't you say that too, obviously? Like, clearly, that's a nothing salad sandwich you just said there.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, that explains exactly why you're a loser who spends his free time making fun of marginalized groups on
Jesus.
the internet while being a dipshit low IQ manlet that is invisible
Oh,
to every
God.
woman walking past you down the street.
I love how it has
It's
to be a
all about
woman.
the
Wait.
approval of women.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with whether somebody's right or not.
Yep, it's all about how many women can I fuck. No, I'm just listening to some Asmongold. Hold up. Bro, if you guys haven't heard of Asmongold, I recommend checking him out. It's pretty dope. Yeah, I'm gonna keep making these shulkers, and I just have something on in the background because I'm fucking bored and I need to listen to something. That's the link right there, guys. Hope you enjoy it. If you want to listen, you can go right ahead and do so. Otherwise, you can just keep listening on the stream.
It's about, are you getting the consensus approval?
What you got fired for,
Yep.
you low IQ piece of shit. One thing
Hey,
I know-
Days Play
Notice how it's arguments are low
3333.
IQ? Yeah, because IQ matters. It obviously matters, and anybody that thinks that it doesn't matter is probably low IQ.
from grifters is how they are so opportunistic that they will contradict themselves if it means they can serve up a
Buddy, just
shallow
play your
dunk
game right
to their
now.
low IQ viewership.
Right.
Now we're talking on stream, buddy.
He's representing it to fit the narrative he's trying to push.
The stream.
I mean, the alternative is to suggest he's low IQ. And I would never do that. God, I can't take any more of this low IQ dribble. Drinker is
Well,
a
anyway, so this is the person who's making a video of me talking about IQs. Huh.
Everybody.
It sure seems like he cares a lot about IQ, actually. Right. And also, keep in mind, none of these were arguments. None of this was an argument at all.
was around.
Sorry,
In
fuck.
this journal, Flint
Okay, buddy, just chill.
was around 70.
I love you, but
Notice
yeah.
I said
Wait, what?
Sub-Saharan Africa was around.
Trying to stream with the little boy here right now, little bud.
Sub-Saharan Africa was around 70.
Okay.
Notice I said Sub-Saharan Africa. Yes, Lynn's argument was that a continent that consists of about 50 countries all had a similar very low IQ.
Don't shoot the Nerf
Okay.
gun.
All of the European countries have similar IQs. All of the Asian countries have similar IQs. This tracks. Yeah.
Obvious problem with this argument is that
This
Africa
is an average.
is huge. There are over 1 billion people with over 1,000 different ethnic groups.
Uh-huh.
Nigeria alone has more than 200 ethnic groups, and that's a single country. Do you think Lynn tested every ethnic group in Nigeria, let alone...
Do you think that one of them is going to have a higher IQ than people in China? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, really, it's just so retarded that it's just like you think about this for 3 seconds and you immediately realize that it's retarded. Oh my god.
The rest of the continent? Yeah, me neither. Anyway,
Let's be honest for just a second.
Other psychologists
Okay.
went back and actually checked Lynn's
Okay,
work.
let's look at it.
Richards, Dolan, and von der Maas published a systematic review in the journal Intelligence looking at IQ data from sub-Saharan African samples. What they found was that because African countries are developing countries, they hadn't experienced the variables that cause the Flynn effect, such as improvements to nutrition, healthcare, and even toys. In other words, the environment is the most relevant variable in determining one's IQ score.
So why would you want to bring people from the country that have a bad environment into your country? Why would you want to do that? So, like, I don't understand. Because, like, so if your brain isn't developed properly because, like, for whatever reason, you know, environmentally or whatever else, who creates it? Well, they do. They're killing each other and cutting each other up. They've been doing this for thousands of years. I mean, obviously, that's the reason why. And you can't understand our IQ is so good they have to keep living in mud huts rather than building houses. Exactly what you said. Yeah, of course. So the thing is that it's not relevant to me whether the IQ is arrived at through racial, genetic, or environmental reasons. The only thing that matters is whether the IQ is or isn't. If you bring a bunch of people who are functionally retarded into your country, you're going to have a lot of problems. So why would you ever invite that type of chaos into your country? It doesn't matter where they're coming from. It doesn't matter why it's happening. Why would you ever do that? It's stupid. There's a reason, like, aren't like 80% of these people on welfare in America? It's insane. And then also keep in mind that it's not just systematic, right? Or it's not just environmental, because even, like, for example, Somali American families outside of America that have been here for 10 years, they have been in America for 10 years. They still have a much dramatically higher rate of being on welfare than, normal, like, I would say, like, just average, everyday Americans from the general population. That's it.
Genetics. But let's rewind for a second.
It has nothing to do whether it's genetics or not.
Mention something that you all may not be familiar with.
What is it?
The Flynn effect.
Right.
The Flynn effect is the observed rise in IQ scores over time. Basically, if you gave an average...
I think this is true. So in general, you are going to have a ceiling and a floor of IQ.
Oh, I missed it. You know
for
what?
example,
Never
if
mind.
somebody's really, really naturally smart,
Missed what?
if they are not well educated and they're not, like basically, they don't have good. What do you call it? They don't have.
Oh,
good,
you missed
like,
a stream.
environment,
Rip.
or, like they don't have good nutrition. Excuse me. And for whatever reason, they don't have these options.
I mean, I just started like a half hour ago, but yeah.
They're not going to be as smart as they could be.
GG, bro. Talk to you soon, hopefully.
So it's the same as anything else. There's a variation of it, but that variation doesn't go from 100 to 0. There is a natural limitation that each person has. And if you really think that you can train two random people and one of them can just randomly be Einstein just because you educate them in the right way, you're just delusional. You're obviously delusional. Every single other element of humanity is measured in this way. So, for example, there are people who are shorter because they have lower, amounts of food that they're eating. But it's not like people that have an adequate amount of food are always 7 feet tall either. There is a genetic variation, but inside of that genetic variation, there is a ceiling and a floor for each individual person.
Person from 1901, a modern IQ test, they would score dramatically lower than the people of today. Not because they were genetically predisposed to being less intelligent, but because IQ tests measure certain types of aptitude.
There are people that are just stupid. And there's a problem is that a lot of people inside of Western society are terrified of the idea that people are not equal. But they're not. And we all know this. Everybody knows this. If you've gone to a public school, you would know this. There are a lot of people that are just born with less talent points than others. They're stupid. They're dumb. And there's nothing that you're going to be able to do. You're not going to be able to, teach them something. Maybe you can make it a little bit better, but you're never going to teach a lot of these people to be rocket scientists. It's just never going to happen. It's a delusion. But people don't want to talk about that because they're worried that it could be considered or seen as eugenics.
Reasoning, pattern recognition, and problem solving that modern societies train us in constantly.
We're going to take a quick voyage over the cognitive history of the 20th century.
Yes.
Because during that century...
People want to believe that anything's possible with the right luck and the right opportunity. Yeah, it's not. There are some people that are just losers, and some people that aren't.
Our minds have altered dramatically. As you all know, the cars that people drove in 1900 have altered because the roads are better and because of technology.
Well, it's
Trying to send it twice, but I guess it's sent twice.
And our minds have altered too. We've gone from people who confronted a concrete world.
You're a pro, heck yeah.
That world
That's what's up, bro. You should hop in then.
Them, to people who confront a very complex world. And it's a world where we've had to develop new mental habits, new habits of mind. Now, this dramatic change was drawn to my attention through massive IQ gains over time. And these have been truly massive. That is, we don't just get a few more questions right on IQ tests. We get far more questions right on IQ tests than each succeeding generation back to the time that they were invented.
People are getting smarter, okay? This is an argument against what I said. What does this have to do with what I said?
Indeed, if you score the people a century ago against modern norms, they would have an average IQ of 70. If you score us against their norms, we would have an average IQ of 130. Now, this has raised all sorts of questions. Were our immediate ancestors on the verge
Just
of mental
gave you a drink,
retardation?
buddy.
Because 70 is normally the score for mental retardation. Or are we on the verge of all being gifted? Because 130 is the cutting line for giftedness.
James
What does this have to do with
a
it?
political scientist who documented this pattern, showed that IQ scores increased roughly 3 points per decade in many countries throughout the 20th century.
I think there's a lot of reasons why that happens, and one of the reasons is a eugenic reason.
Hold up, buddy.
Whenever you have dumb people that are really stupid, the probability is that they're not going to reproduce. So the reason why is that those dumb people usually make bad decisions. Those bad decisions get them put in jail, and you can't have a kid whenever you're in jail.
No. I'm going to disagree on what you're saying here, homie. And basically, if you're a dumbass or whatever, sure, you can't have a kid if you're in jail because you're going to be making bad decisions. But a lot of those people follow the law and just make stupid decisions when they follow the law. No, not you, buddy. So yeah, you'll have a lot of those people out there who will literally be fucking anything with a pulse and then getting 6 women pregnant, and those 6 women that fucking allowed this guy to fuck them are basically just as stupid, if not more retarded, because, well, I let this random fucking drooling retard fuck me, and it's like, okay, well, now you have fucking 6 women that are all pregnant, now you have 6 more freaking retards running around doing the same thing, Whereas people that are more intelligent are going to be usually thinking about their life choices before they think about starting their, not always, but in general, I want to say they're going to be thinking about more of their, their life choices and how to actually be successful in life before they end up making or having a family or trying to get somebody pregnant, let alone actually just letting it happen, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, his argument was that stupid people would be in jail, so therefore they're not going to be making people more stupid, but I don't know, it seems like people are getting more stupid as time goes on, at least in my opinion. Stop and watch. I'm gonna need to take the water cup away so you don't spill it in a little bit. So drink what you want and give it back to me. Do you have something? Hey, Mimi. Yo, Ballistic. What's up? Got a question. Can I have something? I gotta go talk to you later. Rip. There's drop nothing without tools. Wait, there's drop nothing without tools. Use pickaxe. I drop pickaxe. Thanks, I'm pro. Where's Mimi? Drowned. What? Fuck, you have a sword? Ooga booga. What's good, homie? You know what? Oh yeah, you know what? Never mind. Damn, I don't know what never mind is, but it be what, buddy? No.
I see some hair on the cat.
There's literally nothing. I'm looking at it right now. You're funny though. Booga booga. Heck you. Alright, let me continue making these shulkers, but we'll bring them over shortly for you guys. I have to just keep filling them up with loot. Oh, it's so fun. You can tell by the excitement in my voice how fun this is for me. Alright, what was that one? Bro, what the hell? Pretty sure this one's already done. Yep. Since there's only 54 items that can fit in a chest, and I made 64 of these shulkers, I had to start filling 10 of the shulkers up beforehand, so I could put 54 items in a chest. Or a large chest, I should say.
What happens is that a lot of dumb people wrong. Well, of course, it's obvious that's true. Is that a lot of the dumbest people are going to get removed from the gene pool, right? What about idiocracy? I love how people are using it. People are saying the argument are going to get removed from the gene pool, right? What about idiocracy? I love how people are using it. People are saying the argument against me is it's a movie. The argument against what I'm saying is a movie. What do you mean? No, it's obvious this is true. You're going to have the lowest, dumbest people that, like, I'm not talking about, see, like, this is what people don't understand. You're thinking I'm talking about people with, like, a 90 or an 80 IQ. I'm not. I'm talking about people with a 60 or a 70 IQ. This is a totally different wavelength. And those people are probably not reproducing because a lot of those, especially the majority of those people with that low of intelligence are men. Those men are getting put in jail.
That could be true.
That's it.
Could be.
So, if IQ were purely genetic,
Yes.
fixed,
It's not purely genetic. There's a lot of factors to it. Genetics are one factor, but it's not the only factor.
that kind
Thanks
of
for
rapid
making
change
shulkers,
would be
Michi.
impossible.
You're
Your
welcome,
evolution does
homie.
not move
I mean, I haven't given you one
Your
yet, but you're welcome.
great-grandparents were not biologically
Bye.
inferior to you. They
Peace,
just
peace,
lived
Lucas.
a
Take it
less
easy.
formal education.
You're ballistic, right? Sorry.
The component of this is that it's height. Like, people in general over the years have become taller.
Aw, heart
And I
emoji.
think the reason why is the same thing. Like, this
The
isn't
heck?
even an argument against what I was saying. I think everybody knows this.
Less
Hold up. I'll be right, yeah. Yo, Nicola, what's good? Welcome to the stream. I'm just trying to fill these shulkers up with some goodies. It takes so long because I have to empty so many chests worth of loot. But yeah, I'm trying. This is theoretically a little faster than what I was doing, so yeah. I'm gonna start with the boots now. I ain't telling nobody that. It's Anarchy. The fuck you mean, where am I at? There's a reason my cords are off. That's so nobody can see where I'm at. Gotta keep it concealed, you know? I'm poor, though. That doesn't matter. Poor person can break a base or steal shit and blow it up. Wouldn't tell my own mama my coordinates. Alright. Golden apples next. Did I even dupe the golden apples yet? I forget. That's the golden carrots. Huh. I don't think I got around to the golden apples yet. Well, I'll have to start duping those in a second and try to get you guys some of those.
exposure to abstract symbols,
Yes.
less complex media, and different cognitive demands.
I don't think that the reason why is that they have less complex media or there's less cognitive demands. I don't think that's even the reason at all. I think that a lot of these people just don't even care about it in the first place. Also, the way that you measured something 100 years ago is totally different foundation than the way that you would do it now.
Found the apples.
At a certain amount of height, yes.
Which means IQ scores are sensitive to the environment and
Yes.
improve when the environment improves. Access to schooling, nutrition, healthcare, and complexities of daily life, all of these things are relevant, and none were accounted for in Lynn's work. Because of course they weren't. Lynn was a self-described scientific racist. His goal was to show how inferior black people were. Richard Lynn's work on
This
race
is, again, it's not even about race in the first place. This person's arguing with me about something that's different. Now, I do think that if you controlled for every variable, here's the reality, right? Is that if you controlled for every single variable, and every
Was
variable
blown up
was
by a
exactly
rabbit?
the same, and you took 1 million people that lived in Somalia, and you took 1 million people that lived in China, and you judged their IQ, would they both have the same IQ? Everybody knows the answer to this. Everybody knows.
Yes.
and IQ heavily influenced the bell curve, a 1994 book by psychologist Richard J.Herrnstein and political scientist Charles Murray that argued intelligence is largely shaped by genetics with some environmental influence, and that IQ is a stronger predictor of life outcomes, income, job success, crime, out-of-wedlock births, than the socioeconomic status you were born into. The bell curve has been challenged by geneticists, psychologists, and statisticians for overstating the capability of IQ across groups and for downplaying environmental variables, treating socially constructed racial categories as biological truth. Richard Lynn was one of the primary scholars who compiled and popularized cross-national IQ datasets.
Here's what I think also, because this is just like more bullshit. I think that what you should do is you should do more research into this and figure it out yourself. Go over there and test these people for IQ. Test people that came over here that don't have these same problems, and then see what their IQs are. There's a reason why we don't do a lot of research on this. And the reason why people don't do research on this is because they're afraid of the answer. That's the reason why.
Yep.
And I want to go back to what I've said before, is that look at the people that are advocating for more information versus look at the people that are advocating for less information. I'm confident that I think that more research and more investigation into this will lead to the obvious outcome. But for some people, they don't even want to talk about it. They don't even want to look into it. And that's the real problem. And they don't want to do that because what they've built onto it is they built an entire ideology of the blank slate. The blank slate doesn't exist. The blank slate is to a degree true, but there are also a lot of things about it that are not true. And so what happens is that you have people that have this entire ideology that's built around this lie, and because of that, they try to never talk about or never discuss any difference besides this. Can you explain why Lynn said that Iran has an IQ of 80? It's been proven now it's 110. Well, I don't know. I didn't see about Iran. I have no idea what that reason is at all. I don't think that Iran has an IQ of 110, but I know that Iranians have very high IQs on average. 110 would be higher than anybody else in the world by 5 points. So I find that to be unlikely. But overall, I think that's very true.
Yeah, for an average. I'm sure there is people that have 110 IQ. But for an average, hell no.
This is the definition of racism, by the way.
So nope.
Race is a fundamental determinant of human traits, and that
It is a fundamental determinant of traits. It obviously is. One of the best traits is skin color. Big surprise. People of one race are going to have one skin color. This is one thing that people don't even consider with, like, racism and skin color are actually two different things. Like, if you have people that are from a different race, like, race isn't always defined by just, like, one specific thing. Skin color is just the most obvious indicator of that. Very clearly, there are racial differences between people. Anybody knows this. This is the type of...
Leave that alone, buddy.
Every single person in the entire world knows is true, but inside of Western culture, we're supposed to pretend like it's not true, because people are all willingly participating in this deliberate lie. Very clearly, this isn't accurate.
Don't need you breaking it.
Same as gender is and everything else, but for some reason, because people are afraid of talking about this, nobody ever wants to look into it at all.
says produce an inherent superiority or hierarchy.
Yeah.
Anyway, those datasets compiled by Lynn were later cited originally by the bell curve authors Murray and Herrnstein.
Yeah.
In fact, they explicitly acknowledged Lynn's work as part of the research base for their claims about IQ differences. The problem is not simply that Lynn held...
Because also keep in mind that if you were actually trying to debunk this, you would do further research into people that live in these areas, and then he would be showing that further research and the IQ differences being more, like, small, right? Like, okay, well, there's other research, and this research came out and it proved that it wasn't true. Isn't it interesting to you that in all of these videos and all of this information, not a single actual point of like counter research is provided? It's all just people saying that he's racist, or other books that other people disagreed with, or talking about something in a theoretical means, but there's never actually any data that's disproving this. I wonder why that is. We all know why that is.
Extreme views, including open support for eugenics, and his data practices have been widely criticized for flaws in his methodology.
Eugenics works. A good example of it is Yao Ming. So Yao Ming's like 7'4", 7'5", or something like that. And he was actually a product of China having people doing selective breeding. I mean, this is obviously true. If you have two black people that have a kid, the kid's going to be black. If you have two white people that have a kid, the kid's going to be white. If you have two people that are very tall that have a kid, the probability is the kid's going to be very tall. This is the type of what I was saying before. It is this willing, deliberate, and desperate attempt to totally deny every observable facet of reality.
Buddy.
And this reality denial, there is an entire pyramid and an entire temple of misinformation and distorted values that are coming out of this. These are people who are fundamentally, not only are they against science, but they're afraid of the consequences of science. That's really it. That has nothing to do with IQ, though. What do you think the probability is that the hereditary traits that are physically observable are the only elements of things that could have anything to do with genetic variability? What do you think the probability is that height and skin color are almost 100% genetically heritable and IQ isn't at all?
Probably slim to none, huh?
Really? Think about this for 3 seconds.
Upon reviewing Lynn's work, Witchard states the following. The assertion that the average IQ of Africans is below 70 is not tenable, even under the most lenient of inclusion criteria. Because Lynn missed a sizable portion of the relevant literature, their estimate of average IQ of Africans is clearly too low. Combined, the current systematic review and the results of our review of Raven's test suggests that the average IQ of African test takers is close to 80.
How about we meet somewhere and you give me something, I won't invade your house or kill you, I just need something,
Is this an
anything to
argument
survive.
against me?
Homie, I'm like 200,000 blocks away. So, if you want to have me get you stuff, I'll definitely try to come to spawn shortly. But it's going to take me a little bit of time. And I will need to make all these chests and or all these shulkers, and then I'll bring you one.
Like, wait a minute, wait, so you're quoting people who are saying that it's not 67, it's 80? Like, oh my god, do you understand how massive of a difference that is versus 100? Holy shit, that's insane. Oh
Thanks, yes sir.
It's not an F, it's a D-, guys. And this is their argument. There's a reason why as I said, there's a reason why they don't do research into this.
Estimates of
Wait, I'm sorry, he's arguing against you? Yes, you cannot join the army with an IQ below 80, by the way. They're borderline? Exactly. So I think that the benchmark, so you cannot be part of the army if your IQ is, I think, below 82. And the reason why is because, and also keep in mind, average. Now, what does average mean?
Yep, average. People don't know that.
Half of the people are below that. Uh-oh. Fill a society with a bunch of people where the average IQ is 80, and you're going to have a PvP server. Sorry, it's pretty fucking obvious.
The IQ of sub-Saharan African countries can be improved considerably.
What's the median? Oh, okay.
What Witchard is saying here is that Lynn conducted bad science.
It's 840, but yes.
Poverty-stricken African people is actually close to average, which is usually defined.
Average, it's actually, wait, what?
In African people, it's actually close to average.
80 is not the average at all.
100 is the average.
What are you talking about? That's extremely low in America. That's incredibly low. It's low in Asia, too. Wait, what?
Which is usually defined as between 85 to 150.
So if it's between 85 and 115, and they said it was low 80s, and it was 80 to 82, then it wouldn't be part of the average. You just said
their environment improves, so their average IQ scores do decline. the Flynn effect. And remember, we are talking about countries that have faced civil war, famine, disrupted schooling, disease.
Civil war, famine, disruptive schooling, disease. Okay, these seem all great reasons to bring these people into America. I think this is such a great list of reasons why these people should come to our country. Yeah, I mean, now, guys, I wasn't convinced. Now I'm totally convinced. Now they should be here for sure.
And extreme poverty, not to mention constant exploitation by Western countries that literally...
That's right. It's Western countries' fault why these countries are shitholes. And that's the reason why, for example...
Liberal logic. I was waiting for that part. That's literally their all logic with everything.
And they colonized India. That's why there's no smart people and people successful in China and India. That's the exact reason. Because, see, like, every country that, you know, Europeans colonized is now just totally fucking famine-stricken and terrible. Like China, for example. It's just...
Persists to this day. God. The phone you're watching this video on contains cobalt, a chemical element that is abundant in the Congo. This element is mined using child labor in the Congo, and not only does this mining degrade the environment and pollute the local water system, it results in birth defects of the children born there.
So why would you want to bring a bunch of defective kids into America? Why would you want to do that? It's stupid. Like, you're making my argument. Like, duh, like, nobody wants to do that. It's ridiculous. Of course.
Sleeping through this night.
And uranium in their blood. In 1996, the American Psychological Association's Task Force on Intelligence explicitly warned that environmental factors such as education, nutrition, and health significantly influence IQ test performance.
Why do they keep warning and not researching? Why is it that all of these people are talking about it, but there's never any data analysis? Don't you find that to be interesting? What are the odds of that?
If you ignore those variables and jump straight to biology, well, you're not following the science.
They're all variables.
So this brings us back to Zach's tweet.
Right.
Yes, this claim is racist because it was made by a racist whose entire purpose was to denigrate an entire continent to uphold white supremacist narratives.
Guys, it's 80, it's not 67. It's not 68. It's actually all the way up there at 80. It's racist. It's racist. Guys, it's racist. Oh, no. Jesus Christ. Keep in mind the biggest mining operations in Africa are Chinese. They usually employ Russian mercenaries for protection. What's this Western bullshit? Of course the Chinese do that. I mean, duh.
Narratives like eugenics. The claim wasn't a fact because facts survive scrutiny. They don't.
That's right, guys. The best case scenario is that it's 80. Imagine that.
Perhaps the moment you ask who collected the data and whether other researchers could replicate those results.
Why are other researchers not replicating these results on a regular basis? Why is this not happening? Why is it that, we're talking about researchers replicating results. Why is it that none of these researchers are doing this on a regular basis? Why is it that this outcome isn't able to be reproduced through science? It's because they're afraid to do so. And they're afraid to do so because they know what the answer is.
Somalia or any other African country to be IQ in order to make sense, then the science wasn't the point.
Yeah.
The conclusion is.
Yeah.
And that.
Well, the conclusion is the point, actually. Like, if there's a country that has an IQ of 68 average, or let's say it's 80 on average, let's assume it's 85. Do I want to bring a bunch of median level, average 85 IQ people into the country? No, it's because these people are like an entire almost standard deviation below the average, and I think that their functional value in society is going to be minimal. That's the reason why. Is this the whole video?
Fucking blast that louder.
Man, that's sad. Wow, mic drops, I know. So basically, this guy spent his entire video calling me racist, and then when he finally showed the data still showed the exact same thing that I was saying, but he said it was a different number. If you think that there's no difference between somebody with a 100 IQ and a 100 and an 80 IQ, you probably have an 80 IQ.
Yeah, no, you probably have a 60 IQ.
There's a reason why the military doesn't let people in with that level of an IQ. It's because they're functionally fucking useless and they're stupid. And the fact is that you don't want to bring any of those people. This guy's a generational meltier. Read the tweet and scroll up. What is this? Oh my god. He's too personal instead of factual. He's in, like,
It's a liberal. Liberals are always personal to the factual.
Oh my god, oh my, bro. Oh my god. This is another idiot parenting something he knows nothing about. Using per capita for crime arrests is fudging of, gentlemen, oh my god. Wow. Alright, I'm back. So, using per capita for crime arrests is fudging up the numbers. Guys, listen, if you're looking at this number, why are you doing the rates below average? That's a good question, right? Oh my fucking god. The problem is arrests don't take into account exonerations, and black people are the majority of exonerees. Try again, 11 IQ. Surely, guys, there's nothing in per capita at all, and every group of people commits crime at the exact same ratio. Of course, that's exactly the argument. Black people are over-policed, and it gives rise to misconduct. Black people are over-policed, and it gives rise to misconduct? Oh my god. Black people do not dominate crime scenes as white people do. That's why you idiots try to use, quote, per capita? This guy's dumber than I thought. Oh my god. So basically, I think I'm understanding something. I think that this person made this video about me.
Because he was mad, he's retarded.
Honestly, they probably thought they were being targeted.
Yep.
I think this guy straight up doesn't like white people.
Yep.
Here
He sounded like it, but oh well. Fuck it.
It's not, I'm not, it's irrelevant. The point is who started it. Objectively, the answer is white people. Who started World War I? We can discuss Asians or we can discuss the topic at hand. We're not going to do both. The claim was that white people are the most destructive race. Is this not a true claim? I'm asking because I don't know, but I do know there's evidence supporting this claim. Oh my god. We have an actual racist retard. Holy shit. So this is the guy that wanted to criticize me for racism, and so he uses a bunch of bullshit statistics, and then he finally, the only concrete evidence that he uses is something that is basically proving my point, and I can see why he takes this stuff personally. What a retard. Master and other things you never say to anyone in person. Why waste your limited McDonald's internet on frivolous nonsense instead of genuine stuff? White people are a rural minority, yet they commit the most atrocities per capita. You won't like that one. Really? Well, what about mine? And no, these groups show white people commit rape more than the other groups combined. Do you want to know the reason why rape is being... this is going to be maybe a spicy fucking take here, but the reason why rape is being seen by white people more is because in a lot of places in Africa, it's not against the law. That's the reason why.
You gotta hit the red button.
Has it ever occurred to you that they don't even have laws for spousal rape? They don't even have laws for rape in general. So this whole thing, yeah, duh, fucking obviously. What a stupid argument. Yeah, they don't have the data. Do you know why they don't have the data? It's because they don't care. They treat women like second-class citizens and like livestock.
Yep, like objects, just items to be used as pincushions. Not all, but in general.
This is here, Somalia outlawed rape in 2018.
Let me look at Egypt.
Really? Wow. Perfect. Good time. And so, did you hear spousal abuse dropped to 0% in Afghanistan? Yeah, it sure did. And anyway, you're trying to manipulate the numbers. Do you think a judge looks at a white person being tried for rape and thinks about per capita? What does this even mean? I don't know what this means. Exactly, so you're telling me that you condemn whitewashing as a weak attempt to win a debate online. You don't have a history of condemning the nefarious acts of white people, so I reject the attempt. You do, however, have a racist streak, pattern recognition, remember? So we have somebody here who was actually a racist. We have an actual racist person who got upset that I said that Somalians have very low IQ, and I don't want that in America.
Just keep playing right now, buddy.
Wait, what is this?
When I was a baby.
Hey, uppers. Upper decker.
In case you were wondering, your IQ score is 141. So this guy got a 141 IQ score. Wow,
Cute.
that's really impressive. Honestly, I would have expected that in the video. I mean, after all this, this is sad. Honestly, this is a stronger argument against what I said than his video is. Because how is it that a person that says they have 141 IQ can be this stupid? No, this is actually a better argument than his entire video. Wow.
There you go. You locked it. Why'd you do that?
I help him son's actual IQ. Who cares? We're thinking about IQ about this random person who gives a shit. And so anyway, notice how we aren't talking about this at all. You want to see there, which ethnic group in America brutalized and enslaved who again? This is right, guys.
Yep.
Which ethnic group right now, this is what I think is...
Hey.
Which
ethnic group did enslave the other one? I'll fucking wait, because you know who it was? It was the other Africans. But yeah.
group right now has slavery? Which Western country has slavery now?
Oh my gosh, buddy.
How many African countries have slavery? What are we doing? This is so obvious. How do you think, didn't they build that nice thing in Qatar? Was it
Are you
Qatar?
racist?
Whenever they built that
No,
whole
facts are not
thing?
racist.
Of course, yeah, they do have this. Wait, you just, and this is the same guy that just got done making the argument about these kids. The current
My best friend is fucking Somalian, but I'll use facts.
So they're like, do you think these kids want to do this? Fuck them if they don't want to do this. So you use this argument that this person does not believe you can be racist against white people. That's why he openly hates white people, yet he's the one that's able to call anyone racist. Well, this guy's just an idiot. I think we're going to have to focus on him more. Like, now that I'm saying this, we're going to have to make more content about this individual. I think this is going to continue to, this is going to be the gift that keeps on giving. Oh my god. Technically, Americans bought slaves. The slaves were enslaved by African kingdoms. Yeah.
Yep,
We didn't
facts.
go over to Africa with a lasso and round up all of the people that we used as slaves. We didn't do that.
Listen to
They
this.
sold us the slaves.
They sold us.
Enslaved them when we got there.
Yep. And that's what they don't teach you in school.
This is crazy. Somebody's people don't understand.
And then they call you racist for saying that. Like, fuck off.
One of the red shirts steal, 30 blue shirts steal. Per capita, the red shirts have a 50% crime rate. Blue has a 31% crime rate. Oh my god. Like, this, the sample size is 30. Of course, yes, wow. You don't understand what per capita is used for. Only absolute numbers matter for law enforcement. Only absolute numbers matter for law enforcement. Yeah, he's also melting down in his own comment section. Wait, what? He's crashing out in his own comment. Is this true? The Roach King literally reacted to the video, but it was barely enough an hour. He said starved for content, and of course this weirdo audience is attempting to come here, brigade the video, and leave downvotes. They're saying what they're doing. Unfortunately for them, they won't be able to comment here. Yeah, you can. I can comment. It's not even a big deal. So, yeah, I mean, what is this? Yeah, you obviously can. You can comment. You can't shut it. You have to. You can't shut down comments from everybody. You have to either turn off comments entirely, or you have to make it to where comments are on approval only.
Oh, no, that's false. That's false. You can also basically blacklist people from commenting on your channel, but you have to go through manually to do that. And yeah, fuck that shit.
You can't shut down comments from everybody. You have to either turn off comments entirely, or you have to make it to where comments are on approval only. That's not how it works. Link the video. I'll link the video, you guys. This is the one I watched, right? He's individually deleting them. Wait a minute. So this guy's individually deleting comments after he got called out. Oh no.
So that's what he was doing. Literally what I was saying, basically.
Oh my
Nicola,
God.
what's good?
So
Welcome to the stream.
He's out there in the trenches fighting. No, delete it. Shut it down. No, guys. That's not it at all. And one high IQ opinion. Yes. Oh my fucking God. This is ridiculous. He can't individually delete all our comments. Honestly, he's going to have to, right? And, wow, I knew this day would come. The IQ is a load of nonsense and not indicative of intelligence in the slightest. Anybody who says this is a moron. If you told somebody that the person who is your surgeon has an IQ of 70, that person would be fucking terrified, and they would come up with a reason to get out of the surgery. The idea that IQ doesn't
Yeah. I'm black. Sweet.
matter.
So is Nostalgia. He's in my streams all the time.
In the hands of a person with an IQ of 70.
He's my G from another V.
This is so delusional. It's not true at all. Everybody knows it's not true. You're just a moron. And update my own will? Yeah, I guess so. They won't admit it. No, they won't. So who is this person? Birdman. What does he do? He complains about racism. So let me get this straight. So he complains about racism, and he makes videos, negative videos about Charlie Kirk. And then he goes on Twitter, and he's
No.
just profoundly
Discover the
racist
floor was
against
lava.
people,
Rip.
And he crashes out and complains about them. Oh my God. This isn't a 60 not offending anybody. Per capita is used to figure things out like resource allocation. Right. Literally does not matter to law enforcement agencies. That's the entire context of the crime. Retard supremacists latched on to a NAR argument. This person thinks per capita doesn't matter. Oh my god. Wow. And what is this here? I'm gonna check you. Did your mom have when you smoked cigarette? This is another one. Smoked the cigarette, hooked up to the machine. So you have somebody, you're trying to insult me or be rude to me or something like this. The funny thing is that she even admitted that. She said as they were carrying her out of her room, the EMS was carrying her out. She says, I'm stupid, I'm such an asshole. She even agreed with you. She said it was stupid herself. Like, what do you mean? Like, everybody's on the same page with this. It was dumb as hell. Like, duh. It's not even true. What a disgusting chatter. Well, people like this love to escalate things to the emotional attacks.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say. They love to use emotional manipulation, and for people that have ASPD or that just don't give a fuck, it doesn't work. You know, people... Yeah, some people see through the fucking emotional empathy, fucking morality laundering bullshit. And the people that see through it will call it out and go against the grid, no matter how much these fucking retards will try to be like, no, don't do that, don't think like that. Think compassionately and empathetically. And it's like, I am, but I'm using logic and rational reasoning. I'm not throwing out all my logic and all my rational reasoning for empathy. Fuck that shit.
Do that is because they don't have anything else. There's nothing that it has any basis at all. And that's it. Guys just clout chasing. Look at all the tweets. They have minimal engagement. Well, of course they do. He's a moron. But anyway, it doesn't matter to me.
That's not the definition of clout chasing, in my opinion. If you have...
Oh, God. If there's any more...
I mean, while I do agree his stuff is probably trying to get, some reaction out of people, wouldn't the definition of clout chasing be where you, like, literally try to basically promote your shit? Like, you know what I mean? So if he's getting minimal engagement, then theoretically he's not quote-unquote promoting it like that, but maybe I'm wrong.
U.S. social assistance recipients, and it's the majority of people are white. Man. Imagine having such a profoundly and tremendously, like, massive misunderstanding of statistics and information. Like, really, 140 IQ, and you still don't understand per capita.
That makes me geek.
Per capita doesn't matter.
Because I don't believe he has 140 IQ.
It's very embarrassing to see people like this that are talking about this. There is. And now he's upset. And again, he's upset that I reacted to his video. So he makes an entire video about me, and then I react to it, and he's crying about it. Man. That's sad, isn't it? I'll read a few more comments. I want to move on and look at some other stuff, too. And so clearly that's what it is. Shouldn't the graph be the same as the population pie chart? It's so overrepresented. Yeah, of course, right? And absolutely. I don't think he doesn't understand. He's intentionally misunderstanding. Well, he's just stupid, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's sad to see somebody come together and put this together because it's just so... None of this makes sense at all. Dude doesn't have an IQ test. Who cares whether he has a high IQ or not? Like, again, when you're looking at averages, that's what you're really talking about. Memed him until they cry. I bet he's here in chat. I bet he is too. 140 took him a few tries, I guess. Maybe you're right. He's a retarded racist. Yep, exactly. His video never even had a practical point in it. At one point, he just confirmed your point. That's right. Les Wexner. So this is the guy that was named as one of the potential accomplices of Jeffrey Epstein, claimed that he was the financial advisor to LED Rothschild and the Rothschild family in France.
At an industrial level, a big company like Bear Stearns, they need to do personal work with the Rothschild family in France.
Personal management, essentially?
This is about Epstein?
I don't know.
We've seen some reports that he would present himself as a bounty hunter, that he would find people's missing money. Do you recall him saying anything like that?
Well, specifically, I talked to LED Rothschild, since I mentioned that earlier. So he represented their whole families. There have been a bunch of people.
Yep. So Epstein was working with the Rothschilds.
I never would have met them. He knew LA.
Usual suspects.
I never met people, but there were people that called me that either insinuated said they would bring Jeffrey through a financial relationship.
Yeah, sure.
And so, I mean, they could have been actors, but at the time, a guy calls me up. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
It's just because I want to understand this. It's so confusing to me. He would say, like, I'm providing financial advice to the founders of Google.
What?
Alphabet's corrupt, huh? I've been saying this. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so fucking vindicated with everything that's happening now. 10 fucking plus years of listening to retards be retards, and now all of a sudden everything I have said is coming out and confirming to be true. Holy shit, it's so amazing. It's not amazing, but it's amazing. It's like, yep, I've told you all.
If my attorney said, he was qualified to argue for the Supreme Court,
You gotta decide that, yeah.
Call the Supreme Court.
State money, high finance? Yeah, I know.
Is he really an attorney, or did he do this?
So they just really, like, I mean, this guy, honestly, let me go back, I'll pull up, there's some more clips about this too. So they actually had him talking about Jeffrey Epstein a little bit, letting him know what's going on. And what's this here? Les Wexner's attorney during his House Oversight Committee deposition.
It was just regular and done.
Uh-huh.
Answer the question. Okay. It was just regular.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Whatever he's paying this attorney, double it. Double it. Double it. Like this dude, like this, exactly like the attorney, yeah, bro, double it. Whatever this dude is getting paid, it's not enough. He's getting underpaid. If it's 100,000, it's 200,000. And what he said was, I will fucking kill you if you answer another question with more than 5 words, okay?
It was just regularly done. Answer the question. Okay. It was.
God.
Or what if the lawyer
Making
isn't...
this job hella hard. It is.
I was gonna say, what if the lawyer isn't really a lawyer and it's just, it's one of Jeffrey Epstein's person?
Literally what he says. It's
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
obvious, right?
Probably isn't, but...
Oh my God. Holy shit, he actually said that, yes. Did he actually say it? Yes, listen again. Whatever he's getting paid, double it. Whatever they're getting him, double it. Get it in there, man. Absolutely. Like, this attorney, like, this is the kind of dude you want on your side. This is the guy that you want representing you. Absolutely. 100 fucking %. And you gotta respect even this old ass man, right? I mean, like, you gotta, because, you know, you're in a good position, but you listen to the attorney, you like, yeah, you know what, you're right about that. And, no, it's smart. And can bang a threat in court. Absolutely, bro. Like, yes. Did Maxwell ever introduce you? Oh, here we go.
Mr. Wexner, the committee is investigating the circumstances surrounding Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell and the trafficking of young women and the trafficking and sexual abuse of young women or girls. Did Ms. Maxwell ever introduce you to a young woman or girl?
That's such a large question. Like, she introduced you to her daughter or something like that.
Did Ms. Maxwell ever ask you to introduce
That's more than 5 words.
young women or girl to your friends or associates?
No.
Yeah.
Did you ever introduce any young woman or girl that you met through Ms. Maxwell to any of your friends or associates?
Objection assumes the fact not in evidence.
Oh.
That's fine. The answer's no, but that's...
Did you ever introduce any woman or girl that you met through Ms. Maxwell to any of your friends or associates?
No, never.
Man. And so, I don't know, bro Unlimited 2, Justice and Victoria's Secret, he was absolutely being... This is the guy, yeah, I mean, like, he never got introduced to a young woman, but he owned Victoria's Secret. Like, I don't know about this one, right? Sitting under a Congress, what is this? What's he saying?
It's about $1 billion that was either transferred, provided in stocks, or given directly to Mr. Epstein from Guy Wexner. We should be very clear
$1 billion? That's a lot of money.
that the two were very close per reporting.
That's a lot.
They spent a lot of time together. Mr. Wexner
For $1 billion,
admitted that he
I would.
traveled to both Epstein's island as well as his other properties.
Yeah.
Mr. Wexner also admitted that Jeffrey Epstein had access to a lot of Mr. Wexner's wealth. And would ask even simple questions, even as it relates to Mr. Epstein being the co-president of the foundation that established
Let me guess,
the
he
area
didn't
that
say
we're in
shit.
today. Mr. Wexner had little to say.
Less than 5 words,
In fact, it's
probably.
clear that Mr. Wexner is trying to downplay how close Jeffrey Epstein and Mr. Wexner actually were.
I mean, I would too if I was him.
And we should be very clear
You got both
that
those
there would
lines.
be no Epstein Island, there would be no Epstein plane, there would be no money to traffic women and girls. Mr. Epstein would not be the wealthy man he was without the support of Les Wexner.
Man.
And it's very important for us to know at this moment.
I don't even know if that part is true because he had a bunch of other people on his back. But like on top of this, like I think there's something going on, right? $1 billion buys a lot of jerky, pizza, and hot dogs. It sure does. And I just know I wonder what the hell is going on with this. I really do. And not a single Republican showed up for Les Wexner's deposition today. Wait, what?
It is very frustrating that there are no Republicans here today. I wish there were Republicans because sex trafficking should not be a D versus R issue. It should be a bipartisan issue. Everybody should be invested in finding the truth right now. And the fact that we...
Yeah, you're right. It shouldn't be a D versus R thing. And why didn't you guys fucking put the Epstein files out there? Why did you guys literally lock them up so nobody could fucking see them? Like, clearly that shouldn't have happened. You're right. Why'd you do that?
Has so little cooperation from the Republicans on the House Oversight Committee that the DOJ has actively tried to obstruct this investigation. That is shameful, and it will go down as a permanent mark on the records of people like Pam Bondi and Donald Trump.
Oh my God! Yeah, and the thing is that like he's right. He's right about this, man. He is. It's fucking ridiculous. So I don't know what the hell is going on with this. It's so fucking frustrating for me to see it. And now you have it. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, exactly. Why are they playing games on this? It shouldn't be Democrat versus Republican. Exactly. Yeah, it's Pam Bondi dumb as fuck. They gotta get rid of her, bro. Like,
Yeah.
They gotta totally.
Pam's a fucker. I don't know.
I don't know why they haven't already. Honestly, like, cause she just everything about this. Let me see if I can find. Oh no, is this about Trump?
We don't have the files. Or they're on my desk. I'm investigating them. There's no files. Oh, here's half the files. There's no more files left. Fuck off. Lying piece of shit.
I would answer this question accurately. I would go to some of the Victoria's Secret fashion shows. Those are very important for the brand. At some of the fashion shows, Jeffrey was there, some Trump was there. And I remember, as Trump would always introduce himself to me, and I always thought it was kind of odd that he was at the fashion show because he had nothing to do with fashion.
You thought it was odd that Trump was at the Victoria's Secret fashion show? Like, what are we doing here? Like, really, what are we doing? Like, are we really playing this game? Oh my God!
So the coincidence of them being together.
Coincidence.
At an event could have been that, but I have no specific recollection. Never had a social, like a drink or a cup of coffee, something.
Was it two of them?
Yeah. That would put them together.
Okay, so just to clarify, because I want to make sure we're clear on the record.
Happy days played 3339 or 3 + 3 + 3 9.
And Trump were together and you were in their presence, or just a random scenario that Epstein may be there, Trump may be there separately.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. I think that's clearly what he's saying. Yeah. What we were answering is yeah.
Okay. Did you ever see or become aware of President Trump having a sexual relationship with a person who was introduced to him at Epstein or Maxwell?
I'm gonna say no on this.
Has Donald Trump ever discussed Jeffrey Epstein with you?
No. That's surprising.
Did Jeffrey Epstein ever discuss Donald Trump with you?
These questions are nuts. They only care about Epstein to the extent that they can pin it on Trump. Like, you gotta keep in mind that, like, a lot, and not all the Democrats, right? I mean, some of them are principled, but, like, a lot of them only care about the Epstein files to the extent that it's a weapon against Trump. They don't really care about the kids that are getting raped, because if they did, they'd want to get rid of the migrants, right? And so they don't actually care about this issue. They're just using it as a tool to indirectly insinuate and attack Trump. So it's important to keep that in mind.
I would discredit it. He would name drop it. So he would say, I know President Clinton or I know Republican. say you could have, and I don't remember.
You don't remember? Yeah,
Did Epstein ever share any information with you about Donald Trump's sexual activities? Do you have a relationship with Donald Trump?
Yeah.
That you've met him?
That's what he said, yeah. That's clearly what he said.
He would introduce himself to me at the fashion show a couple of times. But I wouldn't say, hello, how are you? Like, say that.
Literally going into the situation, yeah.
Each other.
They asked him to clarify, saying the opposite of what he answered. No, they're trying to just put him in. They're trying to put him in a position where he implicates Trump. That's the goal. The goal is not to figure out who raped these girls. The goal is to pin it on Trump. I think that everybody in this room knows that there's like a 0% chance that information is going to come out that's going to definitively pin Trump to like a felony charge of like bad conduct with young women. Like, I feel like everybody knows this isn't going to happen. So it's not like they're really going after something here. We know that, like, because he probably deleted it. Like, straight up, he probably deleted it, man. Like, let's be honest.
Each other, I'd be shocked if he remembered me.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I know that you specifically mentioned the island. That
They're
you
fishing.
went to
Yeah.
Jeffrey's Island.
Yeah, what's this island
Do you
thing?
recall seeing any
Yeah,
of those
what the
persons
hell?
that Jeffrey Epstein
The island.
name dropped while you were on his island?
Nobody was there. Abigail, myself, Jeffrey. Maybe like somebody cutting grass or something.
Yeah.
There was a maintenance person, I think. I don't specifically recall. But I know for sure I was there. Abigail was there. Jeffrey was there.
And there wasn't anything abnormal about the appearance of the home in the island, and the reason that I asked, just to give clarification on what I mean by abnormal, we've heard reports of people being thrown off when they walked into his home in New York because there was a massage table that was just sitting randomly in the middle of the room. Did
Okay.
you see anything like that when you visited any apartment that belonged to Jeffrey Epstein?
I wonder.
But first to clarify,
Yeah.
when we visited the island, there was like a private
Yeah.
maybe a one-room bathroom or something. It was pretty crummy.
Joe Biden and everything? What's wrong with himself when he died?
There were trees, there was no beach. It was just, I said,
I think everybody deleted his heart.
it was like a pile of rocks.
It's probably both.
It was just,
If anything, yeah, if anything, it's probably both of them. And, like there's somebody trying to actively help the victims and just hurts one party or another, just get the medals because they don't care. They don't care. They don't care about the people that raped or anything like this. Like, yeah, they have no intention of that. Like, I don't think that they care about any of this stuff going on. The only thing that they really care about is putting themselves in a position. Did you write this letter to Epstein for his birthday book? Oh. Did you yourself write this letter to Mr. Epstein?
sadly, I did.
Nope. Did Miss Maxwell approach you to write this letter for Mr. Epstein's birthday?
I think the request was to write a card or a note or something for a birthday book.
Yeah, sadly. Oops. Well, I feel like writing the guy a birthday card is not a big deal, right? I mean, it's really not. Where did that come from, Miss Maxwell? Yeah. Mr. Wexler,
Yeah,
would you please read the main body of the birthday note for the record, please? Oh, that's embarrassing.
You what you want. So here it is. Happy birthday, your friend Leslie.
And what was your understanding of what Mr. Epstein would want? What did Epstein want? Beef jerky or pizza?
He was a bachelor, so he drew a pair of boobs.
You've...
It's a good offhandedly.
Understand. You've
Okay.
said a few times throughout this deposition today that you did not consider Mr. Epstein a friend of yours. However, you signed this letter, and I know that you were a friend of Leslie. Why would you sign your friend Leslie to someone that you do not consider to be a friend?
Why? It's a fucking note, you retard.
It's a mystery. Like, yeah, I've never even heard of this. Oh, man. Wow. That was fucking hilarious for me to see this. Oh, my fucking God. And let me see if there are any more of these that are worth looking at. I believe this rich people are felonies? Yeah, I mean, maybe. I have no idea. And why I just say to be polite? I have no idea. What the fuck? Everybody acts like this is crazy. Honestly, this was the funniest part of the whole thing. I don't think this is that big of a deal. This is like the attorney saying, like, bro, quit quit getting me to have to do more work by you saying all this extra stuff, because then they can work off of it. Like, I feel like it's really, and that's an attorney giving you good advice. That's the right thing that somebody like that would say. Oh, they asked Trump about this. I didn't even see this. It's about Prince Andrew getting arrested.
I had a question about some of the big overseas things. Former Prince Andrew arrested by the police there, related to something with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you think people in this country, at some point, associates of Jeffrey Epstein, will wind up in handcuffs too?
Well, I'm the expert in a way because I've been totally exonerated. It's very nice. I can actually speak about it. Very nice. I think it's a shame. I think it's very sad. I think it's so bad for the royal family. It's very, very sad. To me, it's a very sad thing. When I see that, it's a very sad thing. To see it and to see what's going on. His brother, who's obviously very soon, and he's a fantastic man.
Charles.
So I think it's a very sad thing. It's really interesting because nobody used to speak about Epstein when he was alive, but now they speak. I'm the one that can talk about it because I've been totally exonerated. I did nothing. In fact, the opposite. He was against me. He was fighting me in the election, which I just found out from the last 3 million pages of documents. God bless you.
Oh, man. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. And so, I don't know. I'm not sure about this. 5 hours. Did you ever relate?
Did you personally have a sexual relationship with Jeffrey Epstein?
No.
Did you personally have a sexual relationship with Jeffrey Epstein?
No.
What? He's like, gay? Ugh. Gay? No way. Gross. Yes, exactly, right? And what the fuck? New emote, exactly. And are they retarded? Answer that one real quick. Yeah, like, well, there, yeah, you know that shit was real. And anyway, let's go back. I pulled this up. Who's this guy? Who's this asshole? What the fuck is this? She called the police and they took him to a hospital? Oh my God, get him out. 2:30 in the morning, the UK saw a migrant staring through her door? Wait, what the hell is this? Tell him to get the hell out of here.
He's just knocking on our to making really weird noises and he's freaking us out. No, he's just
crazy.
They took him to the hospital and they released him? This is what I said before. It's a future battery. Do you think it's AI? I mean, maybe. I hope it's AI. He's window shopping? Yeah, bro. Like, this is what they, like I said, they're animals. They're absolute animals. Like, you got to go after these people. And if you don't, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Window shopping. I like that. And so, Andrew watched as Ghislaine tortured a 6-year-old girl with a shock collar. We're not. No, we're not going to make a joke about it. No. So, let me pull this up. So, Andrew accused of watching as a girl tortured with electrical shocks by Ghislaine Maxwell. That's pretty bad. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has been accused of watching a young girl aged between 6 and 8 years old being subjected to electric shock torture. To have watched one being restrained on a table and tortured with electrical shocks by Ghislaine Maxwell. It's throughout these accusations surfaced through the Epstein files with the FBI report from 2020, sexual abuse. The claim originally, reportedly originating from an anonymous tip line, suggests the other men observed the girl's torture alongside Andrew. And he said it didn't happen. Well, surely nothing happened, right? Surely there was nothing wrong. And that's why he got arrested. It was because he didn't do anything wrong. And so give him jam. Yeah, I mean, some of this shit, I will look into this, right? Because so he did get arrested. They finally did arrest Prince Andrew. I've been waiting on this for a while.
And we have some breaking news, some stunning news out of London. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the former Prince Andrew, has been arrested, presumably in connection with his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to go straight to our foreign correspondent, James Longman.
Hi, George. Yes, extraordinary news out of the UK this morning. The former Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, has this morning been arrested on the Sandringham estate where he was living after having been removed, of course, from the home he was living in Windsor. The Thames Valley Police here in the UK put out a statement. They haven't named him specifically, but they...
Stupid hat. Should have put him in jail just for that. What the fuck are you wearing that shit for?
Saying a man in his 60s has been arrested. As part of the investigation, they say we have today arrested a man in his 60s from Norfolk on suspicion of misconduct in public office. carrying out searches at addresses in Berkshire and Norfolk. They say the man remains in police custody at this time. They are not, like I say, naming Andrew, but we know that it is him. This pertains to emails, we believe, that were published recently in the most recent Epstein files published by the Department of Justice, which seem to suggest, they allege that Andrew was forwarding emails to Jeffrey Epstein whilst he was trade envoy here in the UK. Now, as a public official, that is misconduct. That is what the police are alleging.
That's what I would call
the charges that they presumably are bringing to.
First time royalty's been arrested since, like, in 400 years. Since, like, 16 some shit.
They do indeed charge him.
Think about that. Since before the United States. The last time this happened, the United States didn't even exist.
Is under arrest and remains in custody for that. We will wait and see what further details they are yet to give us. But, you know, as trade envoy, he spent more than 10 years travelling around the world on behalf of the British government to kind of foment relationships with other countries to better Britain's kind of economic outlook, if you like. That was seen as a member of the royal family could do this. You know, this status would provide Britain with that kind of heft on the world stage. But the emails from the Department of Justice suggest that when he was in these conversations in places like Singapore, Hong Kong, I've got a list here in front of me of other countries that he went to, he would then have these kind of confidential documents in these emails, and then it looks like he was forwarding them on
he's going around the world fucking a bunch of hoes, sending out confidential shit to everybody. That's what he's doing. Like, he didn't take this shit seriously at all. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, right? Like, he's just flying around fucking hoes, sending out, hey, yo, you see this? Look at this. Hey, yo, look at this says. It says we're going to go blow this up.
Jeffrey Epstein, another one here from Vietnam, another from China. So if you look at the date on some of these emails as well, that is what is interesting. One of them here in front of me from 2010. Of course, that's well after Jeffrey Epstein had already faced charges for soliciting sex from a minor. So that goes to the heart of this entire issue around Andrew and Epstein. The relationship that he had with that convicted sex offender went far beyond the time which he said that he had broken contact with him.
Yeah, exactly.
The disastrous interview he gave in 2019 to the BBC.
I don't know why so many people have a blind spot for lying. If somebody says something, they're just making it up. It's not like it's true. They're just saying whatever you want to hear.
He said that he had travelled to the United States to New York to sever his ties with Jeffrey Epstein, that he was there to basically explain to him that he no longer wanted to be in communication with him. These emails from the Department of Justice suggest
right after he goes, congratulations, man, I'm so happy you beat the case. Oh, wow.
That was not true, that he basically lied about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. He has always denied, we should say, when it comes to the allegations about sex trafficking. Frey, of course, the individual who alleged that she was sex trafficked by Epstein for sex with Andrew, he has denied that strenuously. We haven't had comment from him or the palace on these latest allegations about emails to Jeffrey Epstein's position as trade envoy, but imagines that at some point today Buckingham Palace will have to release some kind of statement. They are yet to comment. But we are in the extraordinary situation where the brother of the king has been arrested.
On his brother. Arrested. The first time in 400.
To my mind, that has never happened in the history of the royal family. Certainly, this has shaken this country for it's been a long time coming. I think many people would look at this and say, May should have faced justice a long time ago. Many others will say, well, this is a shock today to find that he's been arrested in this way.
I'm not shocked.
All of us, no question about that, Jim. Let me bring that to Robert Jackson, our royal contributor.
The only thing that's shocking was the girl he fucking watched be tortured.
Do you have any sense that anything like this has ever happened before?
Just a minor drug traffic instance that Princess Anne was arrested over a dog. No, this is truly historic. This is seismic, George. This has serious implications for the monarchy in this country. The reality is this man still is in line for succession. But for a moment of quick effect, he could have been the man who was the king. This is really, shocking beyond belief. The police on royal estates, the fact that on his 66th birthday, no less, he's been arrested. He's now going to be up with good evidence. You have to give it under caution, so that this is now getting to a very serious stage. This, of course, has nothing to do with the Epstein and the sex trafficking side of things. This is purely to do with the envoy.
Right, and releasing this sensitive, classified information. Forgive me if this is an uninformed question, but could something like this happen without the acquiescence of the Queen?
I think it could.
Well, what we do know is that it was the Queen that pushed for Andrew to be that special advisor. We do know that the current king, when he was made the special envoy after leaving the Royal Navy, made it very clear that he didn't think it was a good idea.
Yeah, I think honestly what happened is that, their mom liked Andrew. She thought he was a good boy. But then Charles, Andrew's brother, is like, nah, he's a fat retard. Look at his hat. Look at the hat. I mean, come on. Like, he's an idiot. And so as soon as Charles got in charge, now he gets arrested. Like 300 years ago, this is like the moment that, like, as my first act as king, right? Fucking Andrew is getting fucking put in a jail cell, right? Like, you're getting exiled from Britain. So honestly, I would say that he got off light.
He thought that Andrew should just focus on doing royal duties and not take a position role in terms of working alongside the government this way until it was clear, until he understand what was involved. I'm sure that the king has got his head in his hands about this at the moment. This really is a sizable for the monarchy. I do believe that nothing like this has ever happened before. I didn't actually think it would even be all the pressure that it would actually reach that stage again. This is going to be a hugely complex case. Of course, he doesn't have immunity. The king can't be tried in the courts in this country. We have this issue here that if there's evidence that comes out here that the king knew, the king would actually have to give evidence in a court of law. That would kill.
I don't find it to be likely that anything's actually going to happen to him. I'm going to be honest. I find it to be very unlikely. I think the worst case scenario, he basically gets like modern exiled. 400 years ago, he'd have been executed, so no one challenges Andrew's right to throne. You mean Charles' right to throne? Yeah, exactly, right? It's like, oh yeah, all right, Queen dies, there's a new king, there's this other guy that did all right, yeah, we can get rid of him.
It's the case, like it did, if you remember, in 2002 with the Burrell case, when the Queen suddenly remembered she'd had been told things by Burrell that he was keeping diary. And I think told things by Burrell that he was keeping Diana's things for safekeeping. Now that led to the collapse of the case.
Yeah.
It truly is a seismic moment.
I like that.
And I think for the monarchy as well.
Do you think that the king is going to have something to say about this?
Probably not.
Well, if he does, he should, because I think that at the end of the day, he's not only the head of state, he is also the head of the nation, if you like, and he's responsible for leading the monarchy, which is part of this constitutional
monarchy
parliamentary democracy. The problem, of course, will be now that this is
I was told that the Liberals didn't like the Kings, but they also, a lot of them said they were going to the UK.
Has to stop now. We have to wait and see
What?
if Andrew is actually charged. Once the moment is that he's charged with anything,
they let him go.
And of course, all this conjecture has to stop in the media.
They let him go.
And it becomes a police case, so that makes it difficult for the king to make a statement. But trust in the monarchy will be at an all-time low at the moment, and I think that
no, the UK doesn't have a monarchy. Otherwise, Liberals wouldn't have said they wanted to go there.
Just now, there needs to be some statement from the king, from the palace, and to make sure that people understand that this is an accountable institution that will going forward will be transparent and abide by the law. We had the Prime Minister this morning on television saying no one is above the law, and it looks like that's the case.
How serious a threat to the monarchy is this?
I think it is an existential threat.
I think it makes them look bad. It doesn't really affect them. That's why I
think
people,
the monarchy
just definitely make them look bad.
The trust of the people.
Make them look real bad.
For the system to operate is stupid as they are an unelected institution. It may be if the king is involved in being seen to be part of a cover-up, that it could have serious implications for him. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe what goes forward. I mean, the one couple, two people that clearly are clear in all of this are William and Catherine, and it's clear, it seems, that William, I remember that William, many years ago when Andrew was at the Garter ceremony, wanted to go to the Garter ceremony, and William said, look, if he's there, I'm not going. And that was like 6 years ago.
So nobody likes this guy. I bet probably, like, this is what I assume, is that they probably know a lot more about this than they let on. Like, there's probably a reason, like, I mean, who renounces all their titles and everything, and then on top of that, like, also, like, gets arrested? Like, they probably know way, way more about this.
And he put his foot down.
But just to be clear, this all happened when the king was Prince of Wales, and we have no evidence that Andrew and the
but
prince.
But they do it, their immediate family member? Yeah, exactly.
Well, I do know, I mean, we don't have evidence, no, but I do know that it was discussed, and I do know that the king and Andrew had a meeting and talked about it, and Andrew gave his reassurances.
Because Diana was going to expose stuff, that's why she died?
Yep.
That is traffic news I interviewed, that there was nothing to hide, he hadn't done anything wrong. But I think this is a lot to do with the sexual allegations. not necessarily this stuff.
Yeah, they killed Princess Diane. Or Diana, whatever her name is.
In the public office.
I think it's Diana, but yeah. They killed her.
At the extent of that, and we didn't know that until the Mandelson, the former Deputy Prime Minister.
That was crazy that they put that guy up there for no reason.
In my opinion.
That really is. Guy has crumbs in his hair, like right there. Yeah, I wonder what this is. I feel like this is just more talk, right? It's like there's not really a lot more to this. But like it does look like very clearly, you know, things could get a lot worse for him. Now, he did get released already, so it's not like really there's anything else to go off of. But, you know, I do hope that obviously he gets held accountable and they ask him questions, right? Because it's not just that. You've got to keep in mind that it's also about finding out the other people that were involved. Because this is the biggest problem, is that Epstein obviously is the main link, and Ghislaine Maxwell isn't going to say anything about it. So how the fuck do you get the information about it? It's almost impossible to do. And I think that's the main concern that people have, right? Is like, how do you even do this? How do you figure it out? And so I feel like they need to find out and get some of these people to roll over and find out how to, you know, like kind of unravel this. How do you unravel this and figure out who was involved and who wasn't? Like, why should I ask him about Trump more than anything? Well, I feel like it makes sense that they should ask him about Trump. I mean, I think it's smart to ask him about Trump. But beyond that, I think there's more to it than just, you know, it just being about Trump. I think it's in general that's the case, right?
And so here is the call to action. We have to insist that all the information gets out there. Only then can we make a judgment.
Yep.
Now, to that end, Thomas Massey and others are saying we need all the files. You are not following through on your obligations. The Epstein Transparency Act says you need to declassify everything, all the files, all the information in the files. What's more, they have looked at the unredacted files in a supervised setting, and they found that actually when you look through them, you'll find there are people named in the files that probably should be investigated.
Yep.
So what do you do with this information? Well, then you push the DOJ to prosecute those people. We should be looking...
It's so obvious. Like, that's what's crazy. It's like, this should be fucking obvious.
Into Howard Lutnick.
Yeah.
We should be looking into Les Wexner. We should be looking into Steve Bannon. And I like Bannon.
No.
I said it before, I like the guy. I like what he's been saying.
As I said, I would help you later. I'm trying. I gave you something already. You died and lost it. I'll give you more, but you're going to need to fucking wait. Do you not see what I've been doing for the past, like, fucking 2 hours, bro?
Run by a bunch of pedos, because if it is, then you got those people that have collateral and then they get controlled by somebody you didn't even vote for. That's what the problem is. That's the real issue.
All of these people need to be fully investigated. There's enough there for a warrant. You're hanging out with a convicted sex trafficker. You're hanging out with somebody who was involved in some shady stuff.
Exactly.
And by the way, these were all people that were hanging out with Epstein after he was initially charged and convicted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this already happened. Like, they already knew he was a problem boy.
Leon Black was his money man after Epstein got out of prison. Ronald Lauder was helping him launder money, allegedly using art purchases after Epstein was charged and convicted. Peter Thiel was investing money.
Art's a scam, though, for real. Anyone who doesn't notice that's retarded.
What does that tell you?
I looked at the Bannon files.
Yes, this picture's worth a few billion dollars or whatever. Fuck that. It's retarded.
It's not about that. It's that where there's smoke, there's fire. And, like, just because somebody gets investigated doesn't mean they did something wrong. But, like, you have to figure out whether they did something wrong. Like, I don't think people understand the amount of national security risks that you have whenever you have people that have life-altering collateral, what's the word for it, like blackmail on them, that then they can be controlled. Like, it's a lot bigger than that. I see what you're saying, but it's way bigger than this.
All these people need to be scrutinized. All of them need to be investigated. And that's where this needs to go. You shouldn't say, hey, we got the files, we have all the evidence.
Didn't Congress approve a Lutnick just calling for a witch hunt? Sadly, how many investigations or approvals are required here? Not enough. Should be more.
He's closed. They're satanic, cannibalistic vampires. No, you need to take what you have, use that to press for further disclosure, for names, and we have to pressure the DOJ to then follow up on the names. The people in the files have names, and they have addresses. Now, we can do nothing with this information because we are citizens. But the FBI and Congress and the DOJ, well, they have the power to get them.
They do whatever the fuck they want. They can go get them right now if they want to. Yeah, exactly. They already did. Along with the files. I don't know about that. Bannon's writing some of the new interviews with Epstein. Bannon was naval intelligence, by the way. I don't think whether Steve Bannon is innocent or not is not the point. The point is that he was named in the files with one of the most prolific pedophiles of all time. Probably the most prolific, the most high profile, and the most well-connected pedophile in all of history. And I bet there's probably nobody even close. This is insane. Yeah, you got to look into it. That we know of? Yeah.
The warrant. They have power to issue subpoenas.
To Muhammad? No, you're just trying to say some negative shit about Islam. Nah, bro, like, that's one guy. That's one guy in the desert.
Now, testimony to
This dude was worldwide.
They have the power, actually, and the obligation to investigate.
Yep. Honestly, like, I think this is so much worse than people.
They have the power, actually, and the obligation to investigate.
Yep. Honestly, like, I think this is so much worse than people.
Fuck.
They have the power, actually, and the obligation to investigate.
Yeah, honestly, like, I think this is so much worse than people would imagine. It really is. And then this is, again, like, keep in mind, if Thomas Massey never said this dude's name, there's a chance that nothing like this might have happened. Yeah, this is it.
Any point in time, the Trump administration could reverse this, and they could have a golden age. How? Fire Howard Lutnick. Indict Les Wexner.
I think that he's problematic too. Like, you can't have somebody that was in that close of proximity to Jeffrey Epstein, right? It just looks really bad. It does, and especially like they need to investigate him first, right? They do. They figure it out.
Release the files. Feed these people to the sharks, not yourself. If Trump were smart, he would feed them to the wolves instead of going down with the ship. It doesn't have to be this way.
Exactly.
If Trump,
and now you're muted.
if he came out on Truth Social tomorrow and said, you know what, enough bullshit, Pam Bondi, release every file, unredact everything, we'll indict everybody, we'll fire anybody that's named in there, the approval would flip overnight.
He's completely right. Dramatic, big dick action like that. If he went like, bro, if Trump went and they arrested all of these fucking people like all in one day, this would be the craziest fucking thing that would happen. So, right, and I've said this before, right? And like the thing, not with this, but with something else. If you want people to approve of you, you've got to win. You've got to win. You got to bring home the bacon. Why do you think he's not doing it? Why did he let the Minnesotans run wild for a fucking month? Why do you let them run like a bunch of fucking chicks with their head cut off, getting away of ICE? You should probably in the National Guard.
Overnight.
Yep.
Trump's approval with 18 to 29 would soar.
Who doubled?
Favorability would soar. Yep. Job approval would soar.
Big dip.
Overnight,
Big dip.
it would be corrected. He would be seen as a hero. Absolutely. All he has to do, cut the foreign aid.
Just flip the switch. Flip the switch.
All he has to do, cut the foreign aid to Israel. Yep. Call up Netanyahu and say, we are standing with Iran. We are standing with our other allies, Turkey, Egypt.
Oh, I don't think we should stand with Iran. I don't agree with that. But like, we don't have to like. We can just like not deal with it. We can not be involved.
Emirates, Qatar, Pakistan, Oman, and soon to be Iran. We are not bombing them. We're not doing another Middle Eastern war. As a matter of fact, we're doing regime change in Israel. When is Israel going to hold a new election? And when are you actually going to see justice? We'll stand behind our European allies, France, UK, Portugal, Spain, Ireland, Germany, Italy, calling for accountability for Israel. Trump did those two things, he would cement his legacy as...
So, no. Well, I admit you cannot, quote-unquote, call for justice for any place that's doing wrong. Fuck that. Bible says Israel is, literally the place that should be whatever, so, nah. I'm not gonna go against Israel. Obviously, you can say there's evil people in Israel, don't fucking get me wrong. Jeffrey Epstein was Jewish, right? Obviously, he was an evil piece of shit, but that doesn't mean, oh, all the Jews are corrupt from the inside out, you know what I mean?
One of the great presidents of all time.
I think he's right about that. I do. I don't think you can negotiate with Iran. I don't think you can deal with Iran, but like that's like a minor thing. Like everything else, I totally agree with.
He would be the people's champion. He would be America first.
Yeah.
He could do it. He's the president of the United States. And the next move, you do all that, you get enough political capital, you get rid of the filibuster rule, you do the nuclear option, you get rid of the filibuster, and then you jam through voting reform.
That's right. You do voting reform, you mass deport fucking everybody, you put the people that are trying to scam shit in jail, you go through and you do massive voter investigations, you put all the people that did that in jail, you deport everybody, you denaturalize net negative immigrants, and you get rid of them, you send them back, that way they're not voting anymore. Like I'm telling you, like this shit, like everything could be fucking perfect. we would live in a paradise.
You jammed
Life could be a dream.
voter ID, and Republicans never lose an election
Yes.
again. You
That's exactly it. They never lose again.
jammed million
Yeah, we would. Yes, that's right. That's how you get a Gartha. That is how you get it right there. Absolutely. Wow.
in 4 years. Like, it could be done. You're the president.
Yep.
You are the president. You have the power. You're in the chair.
You do it.
You're in the office.
Yeah, I'll take regarding regime change. Israel has elections since it's a democracy. I think Israel, like, listen, like what we do with Israel, like that's like a secondary thing to me, right? Like I'm not Israel's biggest fan. I don't really hate Israel either. I just don't want to have anything to do with them. Like that's generally the way I look at it, right? I mean, if there's a diplomatic alliance that we can have with them that's mutually beneficial, then I don't think that's really a big problem, same as we have with any other country. But this kind of like special interplay relationship that we have with them, it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable, and I think it makes a lot of people uncomfortable. And I think that's really what it comes down to more than anything. And I'm very glad to see this happen. I'm very glad to see more people talk about it. It's actually so easy that Trump could go and shut this shit down.
Alright guys, we'll be back in 1 second. And hopefully not die to an Enderman this time. I'm trying to come to you. Alright, guys, I've basically been doing these chests for 2.5 hours, and we're like half fucking done. Under half done. Well, about over half done. I don't know, somewhere around half done. So with that being said, that's where I'm going to end this stream at, guys. I do hope you all enjoyed. Hope you're having a great day. If you did enjoy, then guys, a like and or subscription would be amazing. I'm going to continue filling these in a few hours. I just got to do a few things real quick. So yeah, we'll be back on a few hours later or whatever. But yeah, with that being said, hope you all enjoyed.